Great. So, hi, I'm Karene-Sean Hines, and I am a middle school teacher in Boston, Massachusetts, up here in the Northeast. And we decided that we needed to pull together something for our graduates and for other kids who are at that age where, quite frankly, stuff is just going on. And I've been teaching for 18 years now. It's been fun. It's been kind of interesting. But, and you were one of my students.
A while ago. Hi, I'm Leslie Gonzalez. I actually go to university here in Boston, Massachusetts. I was a student of Ms. Hines about, 6 years ago?
Just years ago.
A while ago. Yeah. Well, essentially, we're starting this podcast because, like she says, there are a lot of people who are kind of around my age group where we don't really know what we want to do. See, I decided to go to university because I knew where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. The question is, a lot of people my age don't know how to get there, even if they know where they want to go. So this podcast is kind of a means to kind of explain and help guide some of us into deciding what we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives, or at least kind of leading us towards that type of decision.
Exactly. So we have been chatting for a while now. And, part of our chats has really been about when you're at a crossroads, how do you know whether to go to the left, go to the right, or just stand still for a while and wait for, for more information?
Yeah.
And so that's what this podcast is really going to be. And Leslie and I were sitting here and we were trying to figure out, okay, so what should we call this? So what were the ideas?
So I think a couple of the ideas we had were stuck, which is kind of, a good representation of what life can be like sometimes. Or moving from A to B, which is a little more on the positive side, like progressing through life. Another one that I hear a lot just from my friends and conversation, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? What do I not know? Which is always a good question to ask. And then lastly, a really good one that I actually kind of prefaced earlier, which is, I know where I'm going. How do I get there?
See, I like that one. I know where I'm going, or at least I know where I want to go. I'm just not quite sure what steps. What are the baby steps that I need to take to get from high school to college? And when I'm in college, what are the steps that I need to take to get to an internship or to get to that first job? And so that's what we're going to talk about on this podcast. We're going to probably podcast once a week, maybe, fingers crossed, maybe every other week. And some of the topics that we have online and in the queue for you are moving up from a minimum wage job, the pizza delivery job. Now, that one you really need to see because, it's amazing. It's amazing what we did. Also, Leslie, you were thinking, was that a line? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of moving in food service and retail, it's always really easy to kind of get stuck in the same position and then never actually have the opportunity to move up because there are always other people being brought in to do so. So kind of take a stance and make a name for yourself so that you can go from part-time employee to assistant manager, part-time employee to regional manager, kind of move forward.
Right, exactly. So, we're going to find out more information. What criteria should I consider? And what are some of the red flags? What are you think you're moving up, you think things are okay, and then all of a sudden, oops, you get stuck, or you just can't figure out whoa, what happened? So we're also going to talk about some of those red flags. Yeah, credit cards. Folks love them, but
don't know how to use them, and then debt happens, and then other debt happens, and then it all piles up, and then you're just oppressed by something that you can't even physically see. And we all know how that feels.
Yeah, debt. It stinks. So we're going to walk you through, like whether you're in debt or, contemplating it, etc. But really, we're going to help with some steps and resources to get you out and keep you out of debt. And so we're also thinking about, paying bills, lowering your expenses, grocery shopping, etc. Because when you're young and you're just starting out, it's so easy to eat those convenience foods and, because who has time to prepare, etc. But then what happens? Everything costs a ton. You end up broke. Okay? So those are some things that look at these are like mini life hacks,
Yeah, kind of just like things that would take a lot of years of practice to kind of figure out. We're going to try to kind of preface all of that and explain it prior to you actually like going out. Like, good to have a little information prior to diving into something you know nothing about. So.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, one of the areas where it's been my focus, which is on partnerships. Really and truly helping students and young people to make those real life connections to industry, especially high tech, where the careers or the ladder is almost endless. The job opportunities, they're certainly lucrative. And there are many, many training opportunities that, they're not even high cost. Some of them are free. You just need to know where they are and how to access them. So that's it for us today. Our very first podcast. Yay! Okay. Way to start 2018. All right. Any last words?
No, just, stay in school, kids.
Absolutely.
I know I am. I keep coming back here after all.
I know, and I've been in school forever. Okay.
Have a good
See
one,
you guys
guys.
later. Bye-bye.